going on, guys? Welcome back to our channel. Here with my lovely wife once again. First of all, I want to thank you guys for your support and all your love in our last couples advice video. I want to thank you guys so much for all your questions. Don't worry, we are going to answer all your questions that you DM'd us in. So, but today's video is a little bit different. We wanted to answer one of those questions that a lot of people have asked is,
how do we meet?
How did we meet? And so we're going to tell you a little bit, but all of it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and let my wife go ahead and start off talking about it.
So, what had happened was, okay, back in like June or July 2017, I follow one of Josh's friends on Instagram, David Amador, and David had posted a picture, like a group photo of him and his friends, and one of his friends was Josh, and I was like, ooh, he's cute. So I clicked on his profile and I stalked him, and I followed him, and then like I went through and I liked a whole bunch of his pictures, and nothing happened.
Well, to clarify on that part of nothing happening, that part, I was going through a little family situation. My dad was very sick, on the verge of passing away. So, you know, I did get the hint, I get the notice. You know, I did stalk her back, but I believe I wasn't ready at that time to, you know, begin trying to talk to somebody or begin, you know, getting to know somebody, just because I was focused on other aspects of my life, you know, what can happen, you know, with my dad and, you know, stuff like that. So at that moment, you know, I wasn't ready to begin anything, you know, with anybody. So, but things did change.
So then the following year, around Memorial Day weekend is Jubilee, for those of you that know what Jubilee is. And Josh, Jubilee's here in California, and he was going, which originally, as you guys know, he was from Utah. And he had posted on his Instagram story that he was coming to California. So, at the beginning of that year, my dad had gotten really sick, and he's in and out of the hospital, and when he was finally able to come home, which is around the same time that Josh had posted this story, I was like, okay, God, like, I don't know how much time I have left with my dad, and I need him to meet the man that I'm gonna marry, the man that I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with. That was a desire of my heart, and it was so important to me. And so I just decided just to respond to his story, and like I just sent a couple emojis, like nothing like major or anything like that, and he responded back.
Well, there's a little bit more to that story. I was at the point where me looking for someone was kind of out of the question. You know, I've tried, you know, after unfortunately my dad passed away. But after that, I was getting ready to go back into the scene, and nothing happened. So for that, I told God, I was like, you know what? If no one else is meant for me, then take away that desire that I have wanting to be with somebody. Let me just 100% focus on you, on God, you know, and the church and whatever, everything else that comes, you know, I'll just focus on that and not worry about trying to get married or be with anybody. That was a week before she actually messaged me on my story. So of course, to my surprise, I was very happy that somebody actually wanted to talk to me. So I responded to her. We exchanged maybe 2 messages each.
Yeah, probably.
And she left me unread. So I took it as, okay, I guess nobody wants to talk to me now, so whatever. So, you know, throughout the weekend I had fun with the guys, you know, we hung out, did our thing, and then on our way back, you know, we were talking about relationships, you know, typical guy stuff. But then a week after we got back, I did notice that she posted something on her story. So I was like, you know what, let me just message her to see if that was just a fluke or if maybe there was something a little bit more. So I messaged her and she messaged me back. So I kept the conversation going and we haven't stopped talking ever since. You know what I mean? So it is a little different. It is a little unorthodox. Yeah. You know, because she was the first one to actually make a move, which is okay. It turned out okay for her, but I've had a lot of conversations with young ladies saying, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be the first one.
I don't want to make the first
I don't want to make the first move. But she made the first initial move, but I was the one that was continuing to persuade her. Pursue her, yeah. Persuade her to keep talking to me, and, you know, for her to know that I wanted to keep talking to her, getting to know her a little bit more. So I was the one active, asking all the questions. At one point, she got tired of all my questions. But the point is that I never stopped trying to get her attention, let her know that I was interested in her. That I wanted a lot, you know, something more than just wanting to talk and stuff like that, you know.
And something that my dad always used to tell me, and like my other girlfriends too, is like that, because I would be like, Dad, like, pray for me that I find my future husband. Mm-hmm. And like all the time he used to tell me, like, he would be like, I don't know, like, not what's wrong with you, but he would just say, like, the power's like all in your hands. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, everything is always up to the girl. He's like, in a relationship, like, a girl controls what happens in the relationship, how fast it goes, how slow it goes, like, because if you are talking to someone or getting to know someone, and that man is like a true man of God, then he will respect, you know, if you are putting up boundaries, or if you're not ready to, like, for us, like, I know he had asked me, like, oh, like, are you ready to talk on the phone? And I was like, I'm not there yet, like, just give me like a little bit longer. And like, he didn't push that anymore, like, he respected it. And then the next time it was brought up, like, I was the one that brought it up, like, hey, I think I'm ready for us to talk on the phone. And so I think girls feel like, oh, I don't want to be the one to make the first move, but like, you're not actively pursuing him. You're just opening the door to letting them know that, hey, like, I'm interested in you, but like,
the Bible says that, you know, a man that finds a wife finds a good thing. But there's a key word that says there, it's find. And if you girls are hiding, how can a man find you? And I'm not saying put yourself out there like, you know, this, no, respectfully, you know, you are someone that a man truly wants. You know your value, know your truth, but at the same time, don't hide and expect someone to come and find you if you're hiding out. You know, just be like, hey, you know what? I'm interested in you, I like you, or even tell your friends. Do it old school where somebody tells the guy, hey, my friend likes you. And if the guy wants to pursue you, he'll do it. If he likes you back or is interested in you, he'll do it. If he doesn't, then let him go. Because that person is not for you. And I know you want him, you know, and vice versa. You know, the guy too, you may want a young lady, but that may not be the person that you need in your life.
Someone that is truly, genuinely interested in you will make the effort to pursue you as well. And if they're not reciprocating that, then, like you said, just let it go.
Yeah, just let it go. Just drop it. You know, because there is someone out there for everybody. You know, so, but again, young ladies, you know, don't hide and still still complain that nobody's finding you. And guys, go for the person that you think that you might have a connection with. You know, it may suck not being rejected. You know, a lot of guys have been rejected, but it also means that they're not the ones for you for the long term, for marriage, you know, or anything like that. And maybe there's something that God is protecting you from going with them. Now, I'm saying they're bad or anything, but there's just something that won't connect. You know, so from us to you guys, like, go ahead and try. You know, the worst thing that can happen, you go back to not having that person.
How it was before.
So how can that be wrong? You know what I mean? But again, the biggest thing that I can give you guys is, young ladies, don't hide if you want to be found. And guys, go after what you want. We wanted to share our story with you guys. Again, it's a little bit different, but God blessed me with a great, wonderful wife. I love her to death, and I'll do anything for her. And again, coming from someone that thought that was never gonna end up with anybody, I ended up with like my best friend. So things can change. Like I said, main thing, pray that God puts that person in your path, and don't be scared. If you feel that that's from God. And again, ladies, don't hide from that person that is trying to pursue you,
and don't be afraid to get to know somebody, because I think sometimes too it's like people are afraid, like, oh well, what if it's not right?
Right.
You'll know if it's not right, but if you never put the effort into the friendship or the relationship to get there, then you'll never know.
Yeah, and I'm not saying go out there and date every single guy that wants to date you or anything like that, but I always tell my guy friends, because they worry more about this, being in the friend zone. And I tell them, being in the friend zone is a lot better than not being a friend at all.
In any zone.
In any zone. At least with the friend zone, you can text her and she feels like, oh yeah, let's go out to dinner. Oh, let's hang out. Oh, I can't wait to see you. I'll pick you up, blah, blah, blah. And you
develop trust.
And you develop the trust. You develop that friendship. Eventually, with that friendship, that other person, doesn't want to let go of what they've seen so far in that friendship and want to get to something bigger. Mm-hmm. I've seen that happen where a person didn't want, one of my friends, and they just hung out more and more, and a year later, guess what? They're dating, because she didn't want to lose him because of everything they've been through, of everything they talked. He was there for her and everything, and that could happen to you. There's nothing wrong with being in the friend zone. There's nothing wrong with just being friends, developing that trust, that relationship, that friendship.
We're just sharing what we've learned to hopefully help you or some of you.
Yeah, or some of you, But again, guys, thank you so much for your love. Thank you so much for your support. And, continue with those questions, keep commenting it, or, again, like you guys are doing, DMing us.
Let us know what you want to hear about.
Yeah, and then, if you guys have a similar story, go ahead and share it with us. We like to hear about other couples' stories as well. But again, we want to thank you guys so much, and we'll talk to you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.